ما يوصل هنا.
A miracle in Jerusalem. Angelic appearance heralds the second coming of Jesus. Yesterday, an extraordinary and awe-inspiring event took place in the ancient city of Jerusalem, an event that has left thousands in stunned silence and many others moved to tears. Witnesses across various districts of the city reported the miraculous appearance of what they described as a heavenly army walking through the streets, angelic beings, radiant and powerful, proclaiming the imminent return of Jesus Christ. The event has been called nothing short of a miracle, stirring faith, curiosity, and deep reflection across religious and secular communities alike. The event began in the early hours of the morning near the historic Mount of Olives, a location already steeped in biblical significance. Eyewitnesses say the air suddenly grew warm and luminous, and a hush fell over the bustling morning crowd. Then, without warning, a group of majestic glowing figures emerged. Clad in shimmering garments and exuding an aura of peace and authority, these figures identified themselves as messengers from the army of the Lord. They walked solemnly through the narrow, cobbled streets of the city, their presence undeniable to all who were nearby. Several people captured the phenomenon on video, and the footage, now viral, shows the figures moving in unison, silently blessing onlookers and pointing upward, as if to direct attention toward the heavens. What makes this appearance so unique is the message that was reportedly delivered by these angelic beings, a divine proclamation that the second coming of Jesus Christ is at hand. According to multiple accounts, the angel spoke in every language known to man so that no one, regardless of nationality or background, would be left in the dark. In Arabic, Hebrew, English, and even in tongues unfamiliar to human understanding, they declared the return of the Messiah to bring peace, judgment, and fulfillment of ancient prophecies. "Prepare the way," many remember hearing. He comes in glory and truth, not as a whisper, but as a roar that will awaken every soul. Local religious leaders, both Christian and Jewish, have called for days of prayer, fasting, and reflection in response to the event. Many rabbis, priests, and pastors have spoken publicly, acknowledging the spiritual weight of what occurred. Some interpret the angelic visitation as a sign of unity between the Abrahamic faiths, while others see it as the fulfillment of New Testament prophecy. Pilgrims and worshippers have begun flocking to Jerusalem in droves, hoping to catch a glimpse of the divine, or simply to be near what many believe is holy ground, touched directly by heaven. Skeptics and scientists, meanwhile, are scrambling to provide explanations, ranging from mass hallucination to elaborate hoaxes, though none have produced a viable alternative that accounts for the consistency and global spread of the witness reports. One astrophysicist speculated that a rare celestial alignment might have played a role in creating optical illusions, but this theory fails to explain the coherent and identical messages heard in dozens of languages simultaneously, not to mention the spiritual resonance that left entire crowds weeping in reverence and joy. What cannot be denied is the emotional and spiritual impact the event has had. People who had long abandoned faith found themselves on their knees, crying out for forgiveness and understanding. Others reported feelings of overwhelming love, as if their hearts were being physically filled with light. Hospitals reported no injuries or illnesses among those who witnessed the event, only elevated heart rates, tears of joy, and a profound sense of peace. Psychologists on site at some of the locations observed what they called collective spiritual awakening, a term rarely used in clinical documentation. Media around the world have flocked to Jerusalem, and governments are taking notice. In a rare moment of unity, leaders from across political and religious divides have issued statements calling for peace, humility, and cooperation, urging their citizens to reflect on the deeper meaning behind the miracle. Pope Leo XIV, in a televised address, described the event as a gentle thunder from heaven and urged all Christians to ready their hearts for the king's return. Similarly, several prominent rabbis referred to the incident as a prophetic intersection of divine time and earthly history. Whether one views the event through the lens of faith or seeks a rational explanation, one fact remains undisputed. Something profound happened yesterday in Jerusalem. For many, it was not merely an unusual event. It was a holy reminder that the spiritual realm is near, watching, and now, speaking with clarity and purpose. If the angelic proclamation holds true, then the world stands at the edge of a new chapter in its story, one written not by man, but by heaven itself.